Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Gopi Jana Vallava Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa His Divine Grace Rise Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīmad Prabhupada Ki Jai Śrīmad Prabhupada Ki Jai Granth Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Ki Jai Jai Gaur Premanande All glories to the assembled devotees All glories to the assembled devotees All glories to the assembled devotees Glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga All glories to Śrīmad Prabhupada What verse? 17
Today we're reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 4th Canto 11th chapter, text number 17. Yatra Brahmati Lohavat Nimitta Matram Tatrasin Nirguna Purushari Shabaha Vyakta Vyaktamidam Vishvam Yatra Brahmati Lohavat Nimitta Matram Tatrasin Nirguna Purushari Shabaha Vyaktamidam Vishvam Yatra Brahmati Lohavat Mataji's. Nimitta matram tatrasin Nirguna Purushashava Vyakta Vyaktamidam Vishvam Yatra Brahmati Nimitta matram tatrasin Nirguna Purushashabha Vyakta Vyaktam Idam Vishwam Yatra Brahmachari Nimitta Matram Tatrasim Nirguna Purushashabha Vyakta Vyaktam Idam Vishwam Yatra Brahmachari Word for word translation. Nimitta matram, remote cause. Tatra, then. Asit, was. Nirgunaha, uncontaminated. Purusha Rishabhaha, the Supreme Person. Vyakta, manifested. Avyaktam, unmanifested. Idam, this. Vishwam, world. Yatra, where. Brahmati, moves. Lohavat, like iron. Translation by His Divine Grace Abhicharya Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. My dear Dhruva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is uncontaminated by the material modes of nature. He is the remote cause of the creation of this material cosmic manifestation. When he gives the impetus, many other causes and effects are produced, and thus the whole universe moves, just as iron moves by the integrated force of a magnet. Translation responsively. My dear Dhruva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is uncontaminated by the material modes of nature. He is the remote cause of the creation of this material cosmic manifestation. When he gives the impetus, many other causes and effects are produced. And thus the whole universe moves, just as iron moves by the integrated force of a magnet. Purport. How the external energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead works within this material world is explained in this verse. Everything is happening by the energy of the Supreme Lord. The atheistic philosophers who do not agree to accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the original cause of creation think that the material world moves by the action and reaction of different material elements. A simple example of the interaction of elements occurs when we mix soda and acid, and the movement of effervescences is produced. But one cannot produce life by such interaction of chemicals. There are 8,400,000 different species of life with different wishes and different actions. How the material force is working cannot be explained just on the basis of chemical reaction. A suitable example in this connection is that of a potter and a potter's wheel. The potter's wheel rotates and several varieties of earthen pots come out. There are many causes for the earthen pots, but the original cause is the potter, who sets a force on the wheel. That force comes by his superintendence. The same idea is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Behind all material action and reaction, there is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna says that everything depends on his energy, and yet he is not everywhere. The pot is produced under certain conditions of action and reaction of material energy, but the potter is not in the pot. In a similar way, the material creation is set up by the Lord, but he remains aloof. As stated in the Vedas, he simply glanced over it, and the agitation of matter immediately began. In Bhagavad Gita, it is also said that the Lord impregnates the material energy with the part and parcel jivas, and thus the different forms and different activities immediately ensue. Because of the different desires and karmic activities of the jiva soul, different types of bodies in different species are produced. In Darwin's theory, there is no acceptance of the living entity as spirit soul, and therefore his explanation of evolution is incomplete. Varieties of phenomena occur within this universe on account of the actions and reactions of the three material modes. But the original creator, or the cause, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is mentioned here as Nimitta Matram, the remote cause. He simply pushes the wheel with his energy. According to the Mayavad philosophers, the Supreme Brahman has transformed himself into many varieties of form, but that is not the fact. He is always transcendental to the actions and reactions of the material gunas, although he is the cause of all causes. Lord Brahma says therefore in the Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Savakarana Karanam. There are many causes and effects, but the original cause is Sri Krishna.
I wasn't supposed to give class today, so last minute. And so this is also very nice, actually, this purport, because it explains the position of Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes. Ishara Parama Krishna. Satchidananda Vigraha. He is a person who has eternal form. Satchidananda Vigraha. So sometimes we think that God is formless. If we can see the world around us, and it's all going on so nicely, there must be a creator. An intelligent person will know that behind everything there's a creator. That's the most sensible thing to think, to know that there must be a person who is doing all this work. There's a creator behind. That is real intelligence. Srila Prabhupada used to always say that is the real intelligence. The intelligent person knows the position of Bhagavan, the God, the creator. The creator of everything is the person who is behind everything. The universe, the mountain, the ocean, the rivers, the whole material and spiritual world. Maya, Krishna says, Maya Dakshana Prakriti. This, my Prakriti, that my nature is working under my direction. That's being maintained and created, and that's working under his direction. He may not be here personally, but it's working under his direction. Just like a company manager, he may not be personally there, but his agents are there everywhere, all over the world. Similarly, when Krishna is the creator of everything, but he is not personally there, but his energies are working, he's also personally there, because that's his position. Krishna is unlimited. He's there everywhere. So we may think he's not here, but he's actually there in everyone's heart as the super soul. So the purpose of this purport is to understand the position of Krishna as the Bhagavan, the source of everything. The supreme source of everything is the one who is the creator of everything. He creates everything. At the same time, when Krishna comes to this world, doesn't mean he is bound up by material nature. Just like a prime minister, he may go in a prison. Doesn't mean he becomes one of the prisoners. He's aloof. That's what I explained here, aloof. He remains separate. So when Krishna comes here, he doesn't become one of us, bound up in the material world. He still remains the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. That's his position. Sachid Ananda Vigraha. He has eternal form, bliss and knowledge. We have the material body. We are limited to do anything we want to do because we are bound up by this material body. Our hands are bound up by the three modes of material nature, explained here. We are afflicted by suffering, birth, death, old age, disease, adhyatmic, adhidaivik, adhibhautik, the three types of miseries. We are afflicted by it. But Krishna is not afflicted by any of these things. Krishna, when he is here in this world, he comes to perform his lila, his pastimes. We're not here to perform our lila. And we say, I'm suffering. It's not like you're performing a lila. Oh, yeah, birth, death, old age, disease, yeah, it's my lila. That would be a joke. Krishna, you see, when he appeared in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he was 125 years old. If we would be 125 years old, we'd be long beard, eyes covered with a stick. Krishna remains young. Was that Navayovanam? Always youthful. Komara. Always, even at he can be eternally hundreds of years old, but he doesn't get old. He stays same as a 16-year-old. That'd be wonderful. We all want that. We wish we could be always remain young. In fact, everyone in this world, they want to look young. They work so hard to remain young. You know, there are scientists working how they can push the time back and try to look young. It's impossible because we have the material body. The material body is afflicted by time. Kalosmi lokakshaya. Krishna says, time I am. The time takes everything away. And I came here after 30 years, and people have passed away that I knew. And people, they look everyone old. They look at me, I look old. The time is changing our body, but we don't change. We remain the same as who we are actually, as it is. Body changing, because the body is with this world. So Krishna, his position is superior. He's always Bhagavan, no matter where he is. So he comes from the spiritual world in the material world, and wherever he is, that is spiritual world. It's here, the beautiful deities of Radha Balva, Jagannath Balva, Subhadra and Gauranitai. You can actually feel it. In this temple room, it's different from the outside world. You can actually even feel it, even though we are here in the material world. When you walk into this temple, you don't feel like you're part of the world anymore. Isn't it? We can actually feel it. That's why we shouldn't be eager to leave the temple. We should always be in the temple, always. And if you go out, have that Krishna consciousness mentality. That's why a devotee is not affected by these material modes. We are affected, but we not act on it. We are affected by disease. It's not that we chant Hare Krishna, clap our hands and dance. We don't feel the pain. We don't feel the pain actually. But because we are always thinking of Maya and so suffering comes onto us. We don't have time to engage we don't have time to think of suffering. We are so busy in Krishna consciousness. That should be the attitude of a devotee. Just like Krishna. It's like we celebrate Krishna's birth, Janmashtami. We also celebrate the birth of a devotee because devotee's birth is just as important. Because when they're here, their mission is to spread Krishna consciousness. Just like Krishna is here. He left the Govardhana hill because he wants to show he is the supreme Bhagavan. He showed his universal form in front of Duryodhana because he wanted to tell him that he is God. Have respect for him and worship him. Similarly, our position is to serve him always. That is our eternal position. So if you serve Krishna, you will always remain in a very pure state. You will not be affected by sense enjoyment and material for Maya. Because Maya, that is the verse. you can be in the darkness or you can be in the light. You can choose to be where you want to be. So devotees of Krishna, like Dhruva Maharaj, he is always protected by Krishna because they're always thinking of Krishna. They're with Krishna. So Krishna's position is like that when he is in the, wherever he is surrounded by his devotees. And Krishna's devotees also is with Krishna. Samaham sarvabhutesh name jeshasti na priya javasanti tuma bhaktam naitete shucha priya. Krishna says he is in me, I am in them. That verse. Yeah. So Krishna is always in the heart of a devotee, and the devotees are also in the heart of Krishna. That is the Leela. But when you not Krishna conscious, that's another thing. So the other day I was talking about mystic perfections. Every person is a mystic perfectionist. Every person. Because if you are a devotee of Krishna, you imbibe the mood of pure devotees. You are spreading Krishna consciousness. So you have the miracle to do whatever. Because Krishna empowers you. Krishna empowers the devotees. This is why Srila Prabhupada can do so much. Srila Prabhupada is an elderly man, and he did so much that the whole world cannot do. So Krishna was empowering Srila Prabhupada to do all this. So every devotee actually has the power to do that kind of service. If we are thinking of Krishna, Krishna will empower you. You won't feel tired. You will not feel afflicted by material modes. You always remain above. If we are thinking of Krishna, as a fact, if you anything you find it difficult to do it, you chant Hare Krishna, and it happens. Even sometimes I'm opening a door or a lock and it's not working, and I'm thinking of Krishna, oh, Krishna, please help, and suddenly it opens. It's not a miracle. Every person can perform miracle because it's done by Krishna. If someone does something very unusual, everybody, oh, he's become Bhagavan. No. Even a cow, his grass can produce milk. That's miracle. We eat grass, we can't produce milk. So what makes it special? So Krishna is the ultimate creator. He can make everything so wonderful, as amazing. Bird can fly in the sky so beautifully, and so there's no accidents. Thousands of birds, they fly together. There's no accidents. And if you buy an orange, it's covered so nicely with the skin, and the stuff is inside, so the bugs doesn't get in. There's so many things how Krishna created. You can see Krishna in everything. You see, the ocean is so clean and it's salty. If we want to keep something, we put preservative, isn't it, to keep longer? Added ingredients, preservative. Krishna made this big ocean. It's so salty because that's like preservative. It doesn't go bad. And we make the airplane, and sometimes it goes all missing. You can't find, right? Accidents, everyone dies. They can't find the wing or anything. It's all gone missing. And Krishna produced even a mosquito, never an accident. We always talk about this. So Krishna's creation is perfect in every way. Complete and perfect. Maya Dakshina Prakriti. So even though this is a material creation, this is a material world, but still it's perfect because it's Krishna's creation. We produce anything that's full of mistakes. We made the car. Every day so many accidents. Every day. You just look in the news. The first thing they will the news, they tell you how many people had accident where here and fire in a factory, and they had to cut the car to get the driver out. It's just bad news. So, material creation, Krishna's creation is perfect and complete in every way. Always we have to take shelter of Krishna, because Krishna is perfect. His creation is perfect. Every devotee, when we take shelter of Krishna, he can make us perfect by chanting Krishna's name. This is the power of the mantra, Maha Mantra. Even people believe in certain mantras, like if you say some mantra and you can do amazing things. I was talking about this yesterday with one of the devotees. My father was a mystic siddhi also. He could sit in the fire in lotus and not be burnt, not even one scratch. I've seen it as this girl's age, very small, and I still remember. He had to fast for 3 days, do a brata, no water, nothing, and at the end of the third day, in the middle of the night, he sat in a lotus, in the blazing fire, not just one little bit of ash, blazing fire. He sat in the middle, took off his clothes completely, half an hour, burning fire, and people were also throwing down fire on his head, chanting mantra and playing drum. Yeah, I've seen it. And this is way before I know. And then at the end of half an hour, he came out, nothing, not burnt. That's magic. We're talking about this, of the mystic yoga. Yeah? Everyone's like amazed, sitting in the middle of blazing fire, half an hour, with not even a coping and meditation, and he comes out, not one blister. We have one devotee burn his feet during the kitchen, and we all had to cover his work, his service. Both feet was burned. So we all were joking with him, he tried to do abhishek his feet with hot water. Even Krishna doesn't do that. He uses warm water. Oh yeah, Hare Krishna. You got to be very conscious of devotional service, is Krishna conscious. The body belongs to Krishna. If you are Krishna, it doesn't burn. We have the material body, it will be burned. But my father didn't get burned. I'm telling you the truth. Because children, when they are small, they don't lie, usually, unless something. Well, I saw. They had a big fire, like we have the yajna. When we have the yajna, it's just a small fire. Because we were scared that there'd be fire in the building and, the dangerous. But in a village in India, you can build a big bonfire, like a huge fire. So the fire, actually 3-4 people can actually sit in it. It's so big. And the fire was made from a kulgach, which is a bear fruit. That tree and mango tree can make the best fire. It's very hot. So we really want to test this guy. And he fasted for 3 days, and those 3 days we call him sannyas, but he's not, he's married. But the 3 days, that 3 days is considered to be sannyas because he doesn't speak to anyone. He stays secluded place, and he doesn't eat anything, complete fast, not even water. Middle of the third night, midnight, so they all prepared. He's not to be seen. So they had big fire already ready. It's burning. You can hear from down the road, the sparkling, the fire. And he comes. They bring him with singing, a drum, like a Guru Maharaj. And then he comes, takes off his clothes, straight away sits in the middle of the fire. I was thinking, wow, who is this guy? And in lotus pose, half an hour, and they were chanting mantras and playing drums, big drums. Not mridanga, there's dhak, they call it dhak. There's a big drum like this, they hit it with a stick, both sides. And they're chanting mantras. And he said, how can you, a scientist explain that? A fire doesn't burn you. They didn't have explanation. And at the end he came out, nothing. Everybody was checking his body. There was not just make sure. Not even a blister. So this is just a material world. Some ordinary person can do it. And they say they have a sun planet. Everything is very fiery, very hot. And even they say there are animals that live in the fire. So if we purify the atmosphere by killing everything, burning, there are living entities that live in the fire, I guess. So if you're not getting burned, it's not an amazing thing. It's Krishna's energy. Agni, Krishna's energy. There are 8, what's that verse? Bhagavad Gita says there are 8 energies. Bhumi, Apo, Nala, Vayu. You all know, right? Apo means Nala means fire. Apo is water. Bhumi, Apo, Nala, Vayu, Kangmana, Buddhirevcha. So 8 energies, elements that dominate our body. So if you don't have fire in your stomach, you won't be able to digest your food. Oh yeah, I'm the cook. Can't even eat a chapati because you don't have fire. So Krishna is a creator to fire. So I have so many houses. I'm so rich. I have so many cars. I know this guy's house in Gujarat. He's an elderly man. His son already married, left. His daughter's already left. So he has at least 4 houses in his village, his own house. And he has 13 cars. 13 belongs to him. They are very old cars. He was showing me, and he has a diamond factory, and like 500 people working under him, very wealthy. Then he sat down with me. I said, I'll cook, like Australian style, goranga potato that they never had before. They can get everything from Mumbai, cheese and sour cream. So I made all this, and apple pie, goranga potato, spaghetti, and ravioli, all Italian things. And so he invited all these people from villages to eat. And they were eating a little bit, they're very rich people. And then we sat to eat with that big guy. He's my friend's father-in-law. So I told him, you have so many cars, so many people working under you, but you can only eat 5 chapatis. And goranga potato, just a few pieces. I said, I can eat more than you. Give me some of your car. But he thinks he's the enjoyer. And he walk around the village, say, hey, hi, Jai Shri Krishna. Everybody knows him. The big man, And I told him, I was always with him. I was taking him around to some of the temples, Dakor, some deities there. And I told him, you're just a small entity. He likes me to just tell him off all the time. He didn't mind. So I was telling him off all the time. So he had me next to him. And I told him that, Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. You have so many cars, but you can't lift a Govardhan hill. Only Krishna can do that. And he have 13 cars. He can sit only in one car, not in all the cars at the same time. And his body is very black complexion. And his wife's all hair's gone all white. So I told him, look at you. Krishna plays the flute. I was just constantly telling him off. He wasn't mine. He liked me. And then he gave me a big donation. Make sure that he has enough in his other pocket. Just left over. Just give to the devotee a little bit. And then Krishna is the owner of the Jagannath. He's the owner of the universe. He can give you the universe. It's mentioned that all the universes coming out of the body of Mahavishnu like the bag of mustard seed. If you drop a bag of mustard seed, it's so many, you don't have time to count them. So many mustard seed. So if Krishna just pick up one mustard seed and give to you, it's not a problem. No big deal. He is the owner of the universe. He can give you one universe to you. One universe for Govindesh, another universe for Philip, another universe for, we wouldn't know what to do with it. Krishna is the owner of the universe. And all Australian people are worried that so many Indians are coming, taking away the land, and buying off the houses. The Chinese are buying off the houses. They're getting worried. There's not enough space here. They just go down the road, Bendigo. There's so much land there. They want to cramp up in the city area. So many universes, millions and millions, billions of universes coming out of Krishna's body, Mahavishnu's body. Just like I said, you can take one mustard seed and just throw at you. You take the one universe. Sometimes people say God is Daridra Narayan. They say in Bengal, Daridra Narayan, which means he is a friend of the poor because he himself is poor. What nonsense. He is most merciful. He can give anything you want. Just like he gave a universe, a planet to Dhruva Maharaj. He said, no, thank you. I just want to be around you and chant Hare Krishna. I don't need anything. If someone comes to you, I'll give you these 5 houses and a car. I said, oh yeah, thank you. You'll be gone. Bye-bye Hare Krishna. You don't want to serve Krishna. You want material enjoyment. So, material enjoyment, sense enjoyment is very limited. What makes a devotee very happy and peaceful? When you don't have anything. If you don't have anything, just wear a kopin and chant japa on the side of the Ganges. That's the most happy position because you don't have nothing to worry about. Actually, isn't it? When you have so much, you have to worry about so many things. You have to worry about your wife. I told you the story, right? Everybody knows. I'll tell you, everyone has their own way of telling it. This Brahmachari was meditating. He had only 2 kopins. And I'm so proud of my kopins. I have 2 kopins. And when he's wearing one, the other one's drying. And what was happening that that's the story, right? The mouse was coming and eating the kopin, and it happens. If you put your sari and stuff, you're hanging there, the mouse will come at night. Maybe there's no mouse here, but in India a lot of mouse, And in Hong Kong when I was living, the mouse is this size. They come out at night like. I lived in Calcutta, and at top of the Brahmachari Ashram. So very hot, so you sleep on the roof. And then at night they'll be nibbling on your feet, eating your feet. I sleep with the socks on. Or the smelly socks, they go away. So this mouse would come and eat the kopin, and there was so they thought what to do. So he what did he do? I got a cat, yeah. Cats, people, you have to take care of cats, like a lot of work to do. You have to buy the cat food, have a big supermarket just buy cat food. They might be like $10 depending on the quality. And take care of them. And so he got a cat, and so many things. You have to put water, and cats, Then the cat was getting harassed by what was that?
Cat needs milk.
Cat needs milk. Oh yeah, there's a story. Yeah, the cat needs milk. Well, they have cat food here. They don't have milk anymore. At that time, they didn't have cat food. At that time, so cat needs milk. So they got a cow. And then they start getting instant milk. So they got milk. To get the milk, those days it was not easy to get if you don't have a cow. Not like now, if you didn't have a cow, not a problem, you could just go and get in the supermarket. So then you actually need the cow. I remember my time, we were 3 brothers, and it was not easy to get milk. They don't deliver milk on your doorsteps. So then we had a cow. 1 cow, that's enough milk for 3 of us. That's why we're very smart now, because we drank a lot of milk. They have strong teeth. So then, so we got a cow, a big job to take care of a cow. And if you have a cow in Melbourne, first of all, you need to have a lot of land. So they were living in the countryside, so they have a lot of land. So we need to take care of cow. I remember when I first joined in Mayapur, I had to take care of cows. It's very difficult. Because the cow, if you're not experienced, they can step on you. They hit you with the tail. If you're very small, anything that hits you hurts. And then cow stepped on my feet. It was so painful. They said, you need to take your feet and put the same feet in front of the nose of that cow that stepped on you. That's the medicine. So how to do that? How do you pick up the feet? Put it in front of, because if the cow breathed on that sore area, according to the villagers, then the pain will go away. It's true. So I did that. I picked it up. Anyway, so then, it's not easy to take care of a cow. You have to have a lot of grass and wash them. And the cow is very fussy. There's some sort of particular grass. They don't want to eat this grass. They want other grass. Very fussy. Like the devotees here, You don't have you want to make sure that breakfast should be khichdi with, and a pakora and everything, perfect. Otherwise you go home and, harass your mother to cook for you. Then, it's very difficult. So then, take care of cow, and it costs money actually. Then what he did, you have to get yeah. What's that? He got married, yeah. Do you take care of the cow? But if you get married, it's not the wife have to take care of the cow. There's no cow here. But that time was different. So the guy, the wife, is more hassle, I guess, to take care of the cow. It's easy to take care of a cow. Then you have a wife, even more harder, I think. You know it. So then, Indian women, I don't know, I'm just saying, you might want to just, stay at home and cook, but then you demand so many things. I have a friend in Hong Kong that I was working for. He used to always complain. He said, he's very rich. He said, I have to give his wife like $12,000 a month, and then from the company profit, And all this he was complaining. Then I told him, no, she has to cook for you, and she has to do all the laundry, take care of the kids. There's a lot of work, and living in Hong Kong is very expensive. So then he was complaining. So it's equal. So you have to take care of the cow, but you have to also take care of the wife. Very big job. And if you're a devotee wife, maybe you don't have to worry so much because you're very renowned. So you're happy with one sari, and maybe not too many things. And maybe on festival days we wear silk sari, rest of the time we wear simple. So it's easier on the devotee husband. But if you're a karmi husband, maybe you have to really work for them. They want bangles and gold, diamonds. The devotee mother is not wearing any of that. So anyway, so it's a lot of hardship in life. Then what happened? Then and so he had to get a job. He had to get a job to take care of cow, take care of the wife. Before, he didn't have to worry about just one coping. It's easy. I remember I was Brahmachari. It's easy. Just You have 2 pairs, you dry it overnight. And I used to put the turbans in the winter heater. It dries in half an hour if there's no sun. So that increases the problem. Increases. That's the point. So you think, that's what Prabhupada said, simple living, high thinking. But everybody's thinking, very lot of anxiety and all those things that they think that's the best thing. To have more, that's the best way. The more things you have, more anxiety you'll have. Less you have, less anxiety you have. That's so Krishna consciousness means to try to always see what is the best solution to problems of life. Is to take shelter of Krishna. And material nature, that we're not under material nature. We're under Krishna's energy. If we seriously put ourselves, seriously chant Hare Krishna, deeply in our heart, Krishna is always there with us. We don't depend on material things to satisfy us. People, even devotees, we get an illusion so much that, I have this house and I need another house. I know many devotees, they have a house in Mayapur, one in Vrindavan, then in their village in India, then they have a house here, another one for rent. How many do you want, man? How much can you, like I said, don't get into so much this consciousness. Just be happy what you have. You say, oh, Krishna, make my body, make the body out of gold. I want my body made out of gold. Imagine that. Somebody actually prayed to Krishna, make my body turn it into a gold. Tathasta. Krishna says, so be it. So his body is turned into gold because he was praying so deeply from the heart and so sincerely. So Krishna had to give him what he wants. And then that was it. Your body is made out of gold, you can't think, you can do nothing. You can't move it. It's metal. So be happy what Krishna has given you. So material energy is working on us, but we always have to reflect on Krishna. Krishna is the owner behind everything. Nimitta matram, it makes it plain here. He is the source behind everything. Oh, Krishna is giving the trouble. In Bengal, they always say that. Oh yeah, if there is God, there's always so much trouble in the world. We create the trouble. 50 years ago, you can breathe the air in China and Delhi. Now you cannot breathe, you have to wear a mask. So many years ago, the British were in India, they had the horse carts. They were saying, oh, this is a horse is passing the horse dung, so it's a problem, they have to clean. Now there's pollution, how to clean the pollution? And they pollute the river, you can't drink the water. You have to buy the bottled water. Someone's saying the water is in a plastic container, so it's polluting also. You drink the plastic water. Where is the solution? Solution is simple living, high thinking. Think of Krishna. Don't want this, that so much. Eat a little bit, no need to eat so much. Now, so much is here, I have to finish it. So I eat so much up to here, I can't breathe. I remember when I was in the Gurukul, your age, and I was serving the prasadam to the devotees. I said, that's the worst thing to do. Because everybody's eating and then you have to serve. I want to sit down and eat. Like everybody, they serve me. But in the Gurukul, they said you have to serve because you have to serve the Vaishnavas, that's the service attitude. You have to learn the service attitude. And so but then on the days we have to fast, guys are really hungry and then make us serve the adults. I was like, khichdi here, and banging I wasn't in the mood. So what they started that we eat first, then we can serve, then you're in a better mood. So we eat before serving, then we're in a good mood. We can serve peacefully. So what I was doing, so I'd make sure that my plate is huge if I'm serving. So there's all the people who are serving, so I'm the monitor, make sure I have more, other trouble later. So big plate of rice, dal, everything, lots. And then sit down to eat, I get it all ready to eat. Halfway cannot finish. I feel, because when you fast, you can't eat much. Because I have desire to eat so much. And then the teacher said that you have to eat it all. Because no wasting. Those days, no waste because our temples are like poor and we have less. So we make sure eat everything. So I said, okay, I need at least 2 hours. Because I can't just gobble it in. So my teacher said, no problem. So he sit in front of me and chant japa. So I'm eating slow. He became really annoyed. Sitting there 2 hours. He would be finishing 60 rounds. I'd be still eating. And then when he's just feeling like that, my teacher is falling asleep, I put a lot of prasharam under the plate. Because we have banana leaf. And when you fold the banana leaf, it's all the prasharam inside. They don't check. They don't say, open your banana leaf, let's see what's inside. They don't check that. So it'll be very quick. So just eat slowly, fall asleep. So the point is, Krishna is, owner of everything. We just, we should be very, very, very conscious, Krishna conscious. Krishna is giving us everything. So, Dhruva Maharaj here in this purport explains that he is showing the example of a great devotee. Great devotee, there's a story he got into fight with all the yakshas. So, where he became victorious because of the power he got from Krishna. So devotees, we get Shakti from serving Krishna. But always remember, Krishna is the owner of everything behind. Always remain humble. That Krishna's mercy is because of Krishna's mercy, we're able to do something. Okay? Hare Krishna. I have a lot of things to do today. I cooked the Rajbhog, then Crossways, then 6:40. You're thinking, he's just giving the class, he has not much to do, then he's going back in the room and he's going to have a sleep. No. I have a lot of service to do. Yeah. Any questions? Yes?
One comment. Lord is telling to Narad Muni that Naam Basam Vekubhe Yoginam Vidyam Nacha Mam Bhakta Jet Gayante Tattam Pistasnam. I am there wherever there is chanting going on. I am not in Vaikuntha or anywhere else.
Yeah.
So Lord Krishna loves chanting so much that he is present, physically there. Wherever
Sure.
there is.
Yeah, Krishna is everywhere, especially where devotees are singing his glories. It's a fact. Any other questions? Comments? Maharaji? Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.